Sports on CBC, les championnats U-Sport, brought to you in part by, vous êtes présenté par Nike Team, Just Do It, faites-le. Barron, exclusive supplier of U-Sports championship rings. Le fournisseur exclusif des bagues de championnat U-Sport. Fox 40, celebrating a decade of the Fox 40 U-Sports Coach of the Year program. Fier partenaire des prix de l'entraîneur de l'année U-Sport depuis 10 ans. By Veriburn, proud medical supplier to university sports since 1979. Fier partenaire du sport universitaire depuis 1979. The Government of Canada. Le gouvernement du Canada.
Welcome to Halifax. You are looking live inside the Scotiabank Centre. It's day 2 of the 2023 U-Sports Men's Final 8 Basketball Championship. This afternoon, this consolation matchup features the Canada West Conference runner-up and number 6 seed, the University of Winnipeg Westmen, versus the RCQ champions and number 6 seed, the University of Quebec at Montreal Citadins. Good afternoon, everyone. Alongside Nate Philippe, Vince Williams on hand, and Nate, these two programs coming off 2 different outcomes in the quarterfinals. Uqam coming off a heartbreaker when they were mere seconds from upsetting the defending national champions and the 16-time national champions, the Carleton University Ravens, opting to go for the win with a couple 3-pointers at the buzzer. And the Westmen got off to a slow start in their matchup with the OUA champions and number 2 seed, University of Ottawa GGs, and never recovered.
Yeah, and very, very different games yesterday for Winnipeg. They just ran into a buzzsaw with University of Ottawa that was making a statement and playing incredible basketball. And for Uqam, they took Carleton down to the wire and gave them everything they could handle.
Let's now go over to the public address announcer, Russell McKenzie, for the national anthem.
Our home and native land, true patriot love, in all of us command, qu'à t'embrasser, porter la paix, il s'est porté la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God, keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Great rendition of the national anthem. Game number 1 here on semifinal Saturday. It's Super Saturday here at the Scotiabank Centre alongside Nate Philippe, Vince Williams on hand. But we got a couple consolation games first before we get to tonight's big matchups in the semifinals. Uqam, University of Winnipeg, right now on the court. And it's going to be an interesting matchup, as we said all weekend long. 2 teams that haven't seen each other in any type of play, and they're getting a chance to go up against each other, but it's a consolation finals. How important is it for these 2 teams to finish strong for the rest of their season?
Yeah, I think really for both these teams, it's been a long time since they've been here at Nationals. You know, for Winnipeg, it's been 30 years. For Uqam, it's been 13 years. And I think both programs feel like, you know, this is an opportunity they really savor and appreciate. You know, they're not going to take any of these games lightly, and learning how to win on a national stage is really a pathway to becoming a national championship contender. So I think they're going to give it everything they have today and tomorrow, and the Consolation Championship is still an opportunity to learn how to win on this stage, and it's still an exciting opportunity for both these teams.
Second matchup ever for these 2 teams in any type of play. The University of Winnipeg with the only victory over Uqam. As you mentioned, it's a long time for these 2 programs getting here at the national stage. Uqam coming off a heartbreaker, 73-71, right down to the final shot. Try to knock off the Kings of the Mountain, the Carleton Ravens. The Westmen on the other side struggled in the first 20 minutes versus the University of Ottawa GGs, who was just a buzzsaw coming off their big victory, knocking off the Carleton University, in the OUA Championship at the Wilson Cup. And they did it at the Nest, and it's a very tough place to win a basketball game in Carleton. So
sure
we are
is.
underway. The Westmen will control the tap. Here's Moranin. Moranin with a slow start yesterday, uncharacteristic game for him. Sean Moranin, number 5 for the Westmen. Didn't really look to shoot yesterday. Here's Alexander. He'll get inside, he can't finish. Back the other way comes Seville. Seville all the way to the cup, can't finish. Rebound, and the Westmen will come back the other way now. Here's Moranin. Really need this guy to be aggressive. Did well with the assists yesterday, 6 assists. But that man, Mikhailov, was outstanding in the paint. He had 20 points and 10 rebounds. He was 10 for 14, and he made all kinds of shots around the rim. His footwork and his ability to finish with the soft touch around the rim was outstanding.
Yeah, he was one of the bright spots against U Ottawa yesterday. You know, they constantly sent double teams, and he was able to fight through traffic and heavy pressure and still produce.
And there's the soft hands and the runoff, and Mikhailov able to lay it up and in. But Moranin, the facilitator, and he's deciding to do that. Talked about Sean Moranin. He was 2 points on 1 for 4 shooting, 6 assists, but he turned it over 3 times.
Yeah, and I don't know if it was as much of him deciding to distribute as Ottawa taking him completely out of the game.
Moranin looking to attack, get downhill, and he'll draw the foul, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. The best of U Sports women's hockey hit the ice next weekend at the 2023 U Sports Women's Hockey Championship in Montreal. Catch all the action beginning March 16th on CBCSports.ca and CBC Gem. Good look at Moranin there. Shoots it at 85% from the stripe on the season, 14 points per game for Moranin. Second team Canada West All-Star. Led the conference in assists. So the basket will count. Lane violation. No, the basket will not count. They waved it off. 1 for 2 for Moranin. Header off. Garojo. Can't put it down. And they got to look for this guy. He was outstanding yesterday. 18 points, 12 rebounds, 2 for 6 from downtown. He struggled a little bit from the floor, 5 of 12 from field goal range. Seville. McFadden Jean. Hedera. Settles for 3. Won't go. Second chance coming up. Floater. Gets the free throw. Garojo.
Nice shot there. That's more his game. Driving, penetrating, mid-range. That's more of a strength for him than shooting from 3.
And just picking up on the strengths for this Uqam squad. Shot a lot of threes yesterday. Almost looked like they were settling.
And that's really something that Carleton does, is force you to beat them from the outside.
Just as I said, settling for 3. There's McFadden Jean. He'll knock down the first triple. Moranin buries the 3-pointer. So you can see Sean Moranin being a little bit more aggressive offensively. And McFadden Jean back the other way. He's got a quick 5 points for Uqam.
Yeah, you can see both teams taking this game very seriously. They're going to give everything they have to win.
Moranin. Mikhailov. Skyhook in the lane. That's a good-looking shot. That's just undefendable.
He did a great job with that yesterday, and like you said, very, very difficult to defend if he gets deep post position.
Nice reversal there by Hedera. Need this guy to get going as well. At 12 points, 5-11 from the floor, 1 for 5 from downtown. McAuliffe knocking down the mid-range, showing that he's got some range. You better come out on him.
Yep, picking up right where he left off against Ottawa. This is a high-level player.
Blocked there by McAuliffe, saved on the baseline. Moranen on the run out. Westman have numbers. Thomas stepped through, might have gotten away with a walk. Battered around, scoops it up. Struggles to get it up, gets his own rebound again. This time finishes with the left hand. Emmanuel Thomas. He struggled to find his offense. 1 point, 0 for 4 from the floor yesterday. Was kind of timid, was the freshman.
I think he really struggled with Ottawa's physicality and their bigs for sure.
Pull up, nice block shot there by Thomas. It will stay with Uqam. Substitutions here. KO will come in for Uqam. A plethora of substitutions for the Westmen. Moranen will stay out there. Francisco's out there. Gordo.
Let's take another look at Winnipeg's defense here. Great block by McAuliffe. He's got excellent length, great hands there.
Noel Jean is back in there for Uqam. And Elijah Mensah will check in, along with Ryan Luke for the Westmen. Nice floater. Can't finish. Batted around. Scooped up. Power move. Won't fall. Another rebound for Uqam. And the finish is there. Is KO able to get that third opportunity. So Uqam doing a good job crashing the boards on the offensive end. Mensah for three. He'll bury the three-pointer. So Elijah Mensah, the 6'7" freshman from Winnipeg. 12% from downtown on the regular season from Mensah. Gordo, that won't fall. Luke had the rebound, ripped away, and possession will go over to Uqam. So 4-point lead for the Westmen. We're back after these messages. You're watching U Sports on CBC. FLW Analytics from Boost Innovation is proud to bring you the 2023 U Sports Basketball Final 8 on CBC. This Canadian-built military-grade software provides guidance on 8 performance mindset characteristics, as well as knowledge of tactics and strategy in basketball. FLW Analytics, proven technology, is ready for its Canadian release. Learn more about the launch of FLW Analytics in Canada by visiting flwanalytics.com or scan the QR code on your screen. 4-point lead for the Westmen. KO brings it over the timeline for Uqam. KO gets inside, lays it up, can't finish. Doso will finish off the glass and in.
Great job on the offensive glass so far by Uqam. You can see that's a point of emphasis here in this game.
That's the 5th offensive rebound for Uqam. Ryan Luke, sky open ball, and the putback is pure. Outstanding finish there by Francisco. He was deadly from downtown yesterday. 4 from 8 from three-point range off the bench for the Westmen. Baseline drive. Losing the handle. Noel Jean. Here's Gordo. Gordo now. All rookie team, Canada West. Francisco thought about dialing up the three-pointer. Luke now, baseline. Spins. Tries to get it inside. Forces his way. And that'll be an offensive foul on Gordo. Canada's best university men's volleyball teams head to Hamilton next weekend for the 2023 U Sports Men's Volleyball Championship. Catch every second of the action beginning Friday, March 17th on CBC Gem, CBCSports.ca, and the CBC Olympic YouTube channel. Breyer in the game now. Nicholas Breyer, the freshman from Laval for Uqam. KO try to force his way. Breyer for three. Count it. Better believe it. The freshman comes in off the bench and knocks down the three-pointer.
Big shot there for Uqam. Bring it back to a one-point game.
Moranin. Luke for three. Yes! Big shot there for Luke. You can see that the Westmen can shoot from the outside. All five guys on the floor. They're not shy dialing it up in the mid-range or beyond the arc.
I think we all knew that they were better than what they showed yesterday against U-Ottawa, but U-Ottawa's made a lot of teams look that way this year.
4-point game. Here's Moranin. And Moranin is fouled by KO.
Here's the last three by Winnipeg here. Moranin drawing a lot of defenders, sees the open man, rhythm shot, confidence shown, nice knockdown.
So Luke will go to the bench. Stewart back in there for the Westmen. Here's Gordo, blow by. Skyhook in the lane and gets the roll. Standing skyhook, that's the second by the Westmen. As Gordo, the nice touch around the rim. He's a good-looking player, that Gordo.
Yeah, Gordo showed some really, really nice flashes yesterday. Doesn't look like a first-year player. Very, very confident, very skilled.
6'3" freshman from Spain. Averaged 12 points per game and 5 rebounds. Shoots at 32% for downtown. Mikhailov again. Just good around the rim. And he takes it. He doesn't hesitate. He gets it, and he has a plan once he catches it in the lane. Yeah. How important is that? KO to the rim. Count it, plus the foul. We'll finish up on the other side on Gordo.
Yeah, great take there by KO. Yeah, with Mikhailov, he's just got great hands, great feet, and as a dominant back-to-the-basket post player, you want to have a go-to and a counter for every spot in the post, and Mikhailov showed that yesterday and definitely showing it today.
When you're breaking down the counters, how many do you really need for a big man?
I mean, really, you just start with one go-to and one counter and build from there. You know, once you have a go-to and a counter, you can just build up as the years go on, but Mikhailov is showing a full repertoire here this weekend.
Yeah, I say about 4 different go-to moves in the post when he catches it. Moranin spins, and the putback is there by Thomas. Noel Jean attacking, almost throws it away. Oh, what a move. Step through, stripped out. Wild shot in the lane by Doso. KO can't finish. Might have been partially blocked by Stewart. Stewart trying to run rim to rim. Stewart now. Alexander. Stewart try to go to work. Bangs his way inside. Spins. It's knocked away by Noel Jean. He wanted a foul, but it will stay with the Westmen. 59.7 remaining in the quarter. 8 on the shot clock.
Stewart was really one of the bright spots yesterday. He gave Winnipeg a huge lift. Looking to continue that today.
12 points and 4 rebounds for Donald Stewart. Mikhailov, no look, reversal. And back the other way, here's Edara. That's thrown away, miscommunication. Gruyere and KO. Good look at Mario Joseph, the head coach of Uqam. Moran, he'll bring it over the timeline. Moran in, knocked out of bounds. It will stay with the Westmen.
Yeah, much better defense from Winnipeg so far this game than they showed yesterday.
Thomas. Outstanding defense up to this point. 2 blocks and a steal for the Westmen and 7 defensive rebounds. They're really turning it up on the defensive end. Difference of 3 seconds on the shot clock and game clock. Edara. Trying to back down Thomas. Loses the handle. It will stay with Uqam. 3 on the shot clock, 6.4 left in the quarter. Edara will trigger the inbound. Yeah, forces it up, can't get it to fall. 1.1 remaining in the quarter. Uqam thought it might have been the end of the quarter. We'll see if he'll check. We got the right time on the game clock. He'll go with the 1.1. Moranen will trigger the inbound. Some confusion here, as you could see one of the officials talking to the minor officials here at the table. Get it right on the game clock. They'll go with that 1.1, as we mentioned. Catch and shoot situation. Alexander can't get it off in time. So after 10 minutes, the Westmen lead it by 7. Stay with us. You're watching U Sports on CBC.
They don't do it for the likes or for the shares. They do it for the fun of it, for the thrill, for the camaraderie, for the memories. CBC Sports, just because they love it.
Fans, you too can celebrate each U Sports team's gold medal with Victory, your very own commemorative apparel from T. Litson Sports. Swimming fans of the UBC Thunderbirds and the U of T Varsity Blues, while wrestling fans of the Brock Badgers and Alberta Pandas have been flocking to shop.usports.ca to purchase their piece of history. On Monday, the championship collection from this tournament will be available for purchase. But hurry, supplies will go fast on this limited time offer. That's U Sports Championship Collection, on sale at shop.usports.ca. Good look at Alexander from the Westmen alongside Nate Philippe, Vince Williams on hand. Consolation final number 1, 2 on the day. Then we'll get over to the semifinal games tonight, where they should be absolute barn burners. Top 4 teams in this tournament will go toe-to-toe here at the Scotiabank Center, and it should be 2 good ones.
Yeah, really exciting matchups later on today. For this one, I think Uqam needs to execute a little bit better offensively. They look disjointed right now. Most of their baskets have been on offensive rebounds, so they want to get more flow to their offense. And for Winnipeg, it's definitely been a very good defensive effort so far in this game. Much better defense than we saw yesterday against Ottawa.
6 offensive rebounds for Uqam, 11 in all in total for the Westmen. Like you mentioned, 13 rebounds total. They have 5 offensive rebounds and 8 on the defensive side. Defending very well. They held Uqam to 38% from the floor. 8 of 21. 2 of 5 from downtown, though, for Uqam. On the other side, they shot the basketball better for the Westmen. They were able to knock down some timely shots, 3 of 6 from distance and 11 of 22 from the floor. So it was the beginning of the first 20 minutes for Mike Rainbow's team that was the struggle. And they just couldn't recover in the second half.
Yeah, they were fighting an uphill battle all day, and that's very tough to do against U Ottawa.
Stolen by Thomas. Uqam start with possession in the second quarter. Here's Moranin looking to be aggressive off the bounce. Last touch by Uqam. It will stay with the Westmen. Moranin will trigger the inbound. Sean's got 4 points. Kaloff can't handle that pass, back the other way. Corojo can't finish. Great transition defense by Thomas. McAloff tried to rise up and throw it down. McFadden-Jean able to sprint back and knock it out of bounds.
Great defensive play there by McFadden-Jean. He was phenomenal defensively against Carleton yesterday.
McAloff, Moranin, three-pointer, air ball. Corojo, McFadden-Jean, three-pointer of his own, splash, nothing but nylon. Does it on the defensive end and rewards himself back down the other end on the sprint out. Alexander takes Seville down low, throws it up, and finishes with the left hand. Strong move by Alexander. He might try to go to that situation down the other end.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at this three by McFadden-Jean transition. Rhythm shot, sets his feet. Nothing but net here. Great start from McFadden-Jean.
6-point game. Ryan Luke back in there for the Westmen. Here's Moranin, and he's bumped by LaFourier. Really good look at Sean Moranin. Aggressive this afternoon.
Yeah, U Ottawa and Guillaume Pépin said it after the game. KYP, know your personnel, and it was clearly part of their game plan to take Sean Moranin out of the game, and they were very, very effective in doing that.
So we'll have a foul on Seville. That'll be his second, team second. Thomas will trigger the inbound for the Westmen. Alexander trying to post up Seville again. Here's Moranin. Moranin, blow by. Tough shot forced by McFadden-Jean. Seville. Quick ball movement. Header off. Gets inside, bumped by Ryan Luke, and he'll shoot two. Canada's best university men's hockey teams head to Charlottetown next week for the 2023 Cavendish Farms University Cup Championship. Catch every second of the exciting action beginning March 16th only on CBC Gem, CBCSports.ca, and the CBC Sports app. Lots of championships going on in the month of March. You talk about the madness in basketball. We got madness in volleyball and hockey and women's and men's action across the country, coast to coast.
Christmas time for sports fans. It's the best time of the year. It's going to be some very, very exciting action all month.
Adara will go 1 for 2. Here's Moranin. Stewart back in there. Kala, patient. Backing down LaFourier. Left hand, skyhook, not there. Adara gets inside. Nice move by Adara. End to end. They need this guy to pick up the tempo. That's his game in transition.
Yeah, he's looked out of sync so far today, so he definitely wants to get going.
McCalla backing down LaFourier. Tries that left skyhook again. Gets his own rebound, ripped away though by McFadden-Jean. McFadden-Jean on the run-up. Seville. Lafourier, and Lafourier banks it home. Unselfish basketball in transition by Uqam.
Really nice look there by Corojo. Set him up right to the basket. Beautiful pass.
1 point game now. Moranin. Gordo, three-pointer, and he is fouled by Hedara. And he'll shoot three.
Yeah, let's watch this great ball movement here by Uqam. Getting up and down the floor. Hedara is lightning fast and he lead in transition. Great finish for him. Definitely wants to get going, and he's a high-level player.
So Mikhailov will sit down. Mensah will come back in for the Westmen. Gordo with 3 opportunities from the stripe here. Alberto shoots it at 74% on the season, averaging 12 points and 5 rebounds. Smooth looking stroke there by the Spanish international. Good look at Mike Rainbow, head coach of the Westmen. And Alberto makes no mistake, he'll make all 3. 4-point game. 2-3 matchup zone.
Yep.
Seville, floater. Gets the shooter's roll. Moranin now. Moranin turns the corner. Dumps it inside. Nice catch by Stewart. Can't finish. Good change of that shot by Lafourier. Stolen by Gordo. 2-on-1. Stewart spins and Stewart finishes.
Great footwork there by Stewart. Really nice move.
Hedara can't knock it down. Here's Gordo looking to push. And stepped out of side bounds. There is Mensah. That'll be a turnover for the Westmen.
Here's the turnover here by Corojo. Forces a drive into 2 defenders. Gordo with the look ahead to Stewart, and take a look at this footwork. Beautiful. Nice finish by Stewart.
Lafourier, and he's fouled by Stewart. And Lafourier will shoot 2. Good look at Carl Tommy Lafourier, a 6'7" freshman from Montreal, a 63% free throw shooter, averaging 9 points and 5 rebounds in the starting role. And missing is their top player. We can't forget to speak about him. He's one of the greatest players in program history.
Yeah, I think that was a huge factor in the game yesterday, was Alex Lochal being out. You know, obviously there was a tough call down the stretch, a bang-bang play where they called the charge on Uqam. But the reality is that Alex Lochard being out of that game was really the hugest factor in that game. You know, they just had no answer for Grant Shepard, and Laforêt did a great job stepping up in his absence. But, you know, Alex Lochard is all Canadian for a reason.
All Canadian indeed. He's got some accolades. Injured his left ankle just before the playoffs. It's the reason why they didn't see him. Mikhailov with the skyhook a whole lot in the playoffs and in this tournament as well. Just an unfortunate situation. Mikhailov blocks a shot. He has a few words. And Thomas can't throw down the alley. NRI able to lay it up and in. Didn't get back on defense, didn't need to.
The old cherry pick play. Gotta love it.
2-point game. Here's Thomas. Gotta finish when you have opportunities, especially in transition. Mikhailov lays it up and in with the left hand. He's just too strong inside when he decides to go to work immediately.
Another great footwork play there. It's textbook footwork by him and Stewart. It's beautiful to watch.
12 points and 5 rebounds. Leading the way for the Westmen. Leads all scores. Now he's on the break. Leading the break and won't get away from the travel. He thought he mightn't have gotten away with it, but he does not.
I jinxed him on the footwork.
Yes, you did. 4-point lead for the Westmen. We're back after these messages. Stay with us. You're watching U Sports on CBC.
Certaines personnes arrivent à l'université en sachant ce qu'elles vont faire dans la vie. D'autres viennent pour le découvrir. Peu importe la raison, elles trouveront leur chemin à l'Université d'Ottawa. Un chemin vers la connaissance et vers le succès. Vous étudierez avec des professeurs qui sont des leaders dans leur domaine. 89 d'entre eux sont titulaires de chaires de recherche du Canada. Tout au long de votre parcours, des mentors, des conseillers et des accompagnateurs vous appuieront pour que vous développiez votre plein potentiel.
FLW Analytics from Boost Innovation is proud to bring you the 2023 U Sports Basketball Final 8 on CBC. This Canadian-built military-grade software provides guidance on 8 performance mindset characteristics, as well as knowledge of tactics and strategy in basketball. FLW Analytics' proven technology is ready for its Canadian release. Learn more about the launch of FLW Analytics in Canada by visiting flwanalytics.com or scan the QR code on your screen. FLW Analytics, where champions go to improve their mindset. Alongside Nate Philippe, Vince Williams on hand. 4:44 remaining in the second quarter. 4-point lead for the Westmen. The Westmen playing a whole lot better than they did yesterday, but they were up against a juggernaut. That's the University of Ottawa, GG's. Uqam, on the other hand, playing equally as well. They've showed the balance, attack on the defensive end as well as the offensive end.
Yeah, I think for Uqam to win this game, they're going to have to show that they can score in the half court. You know, they've done a great job on the offensive glass and in transition, but can they score here in the half court?
Here's McFadden jump. Beautiful move inside, able to catch it. Haydara.
Great finish there by Haydara, showing the length, showing the athleticism.
Here's Moran. Thomas, three-pointer. Leaves it short and run out.
Ooh, great pass.
Thomas gets back and blocks the shot. Carojo wanted to foul, didn't get it.
Yeah, great hustle play to come up with the block there.
3, air ball in the corner by Kale. Here's Gordo, surveying. McCallum can't get the mid-range to fall. Carojo inside, stripped away by Francisco. Moranin trying to capitalize after stopping Uqam. 3 consecutive sequences. McCallum, left hand off the glass. Just too tough to defend.
Gorgeous footwork. He's looking like a young Pau Gasol out there. He's showing the full package.
Stripped away. Chased down. And draws the foul. Caillou will go to the line to shoot 2. CBC Sports is your home for the 2023 U Sports Women's Volleyball Championship from Vancouver. Catch the best in University Women's Volleyball starting Friday, March 17th on CBC Gem, CBCSports.ca, and CBC Olympics YouTube channel. Time out for Westman. And they want to talk things over defensively, but anytime they miss a shot or a turnover, Uqam is looking to get down the other way in transition.
Yeah, Uqam is an electric team in transition. They turn defense to offense very, very quickly. That's really something they're hanging their hat on, as being a high-level defensive team and being, dynamic in transition. They've got long athletes that can get out and run, and they're showing that in full display anytime they get a stop. So again, but they've got to show that they can score in transition or in half court too, right? Because they're doing a great job on the offensive glass, great job offensively in transition. But once Winnipeg sets up their defense, they got to be able to execute in the half court.
Good look at the Westman bench. Mike Rainbow from Brandon, Manitoba, in his 12th season, guiding the Westman to the first U Sports Final 8 appearance. Took over this program in 2010. Former Brandon University Bobcat came to the Westman after a successful stint as the head coach at the University of Northern British Columbia, the Timberwolves. In his final season in Prince George, BC, Rainbow led that team to the CCAA Canadian College National Championship. So he knows how to win on the biggest stages.
Yeah, Mike Rainbow's been at Winnipeg for a long time. He's done a great job establishing that program. Very well respected across Canada, and hats off to him leading them to nationals. This is a huge opportunity for them.
Samuel Caillou will shoot 2.
And also hats off to Mario Joseph,
yes,
leading Uqam to the nationals for the first time in 13 years. RSEQ champions. They've had a fantastic season so far.
He's definitely going to get to him. Moranin. Moranin will pull it up. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Gordo, 3-pointer. Leaves it short. That's ripped down by Fitzgerald. Elisman. Oh, McFadden Jean almost got away with the walk. Actually, he did.
Definitely.
Carojo, baseline drive, tough bucket, and we wanted the end one.
Yeah, it looked like a foul there for sure. Strong finish by Hidara.
1-point lead. Moranin. He's fouled by McFadden Jean.
Let's take a look at that last take by Hidara. Long, athletic, physical, tough off the bounce. Absolutely an N1 finish. Nice job by Hidara there.
That's more of his game. Driving to the basket, putting pressure on the defense, not settling for jumpers.
Absolutely. Transition, taking guys off the bounce, mid-range. He's got such tremendous length, such tremendous athleticism, but below average shooter for sure.
Timeout called by Mario Joseph and Uqam in his 6th season guiding this Uqam program, their first conference title under Joseph, as you mentioned. 32-44 in league play. 4-3 in the playoffs with an overall record of 57-82. The former player was an RSEQ second team All-Star back in 2008, playing for the legendary Olga. Olga's name is legendary. They got her name on the court at Uqam. And it must have been extremely nice feeling coaching a player like Luchar, and he has the opportunity to coach Luchar as well, plus these other young players that are going to be heard from in the future.
Yeah, and with Mario Joseph, it's obviously personal for me because Mario was my assistant coach at Uqam, and when I left Uqam for York, I absolutely pushed hard for Mario to get the head coaching job because I knew the type of coach that he was and the type of person he is. He's done a phenomenal job with the program, and really he's put his own stamp on it. He played for Olga, was an assistant actually under Olga as well, and an assistant with me. And really he's taken parts of best parts of both of us, and
Yeah.
has become his own man and his own coach, and has absolutely put his own fingerprint all over this program.
Yes, I remember Olga at Dawson College. I played for the great Don Caldwell, Lennoxville, Champlain, the Cougars. We battled Dawson a few times.
Hall of Famer in every sense of the word.
Great Hennessy Oriental played at Dawson College, went down and played at the University of Wisconsin Badgers. Here's Moranin. Moranin gets inside. And Moranin will get the shooter's roll. So Sean Moranin continued to be aggressive off the bounce. He's got 8 now on 2 of 6 shooting, including 5 assists and 2 rebounds. 2-3 matchup zone. Jumper won't fall for Carojo. Here's Moranin again. Trying to force his way. He's turned away. Mahedara. Gordo, 3-pointer. You better believe it. Nothing but nylon for Alberto, who can shoot it at 32% from beyond the arc.
Yeah, Gordo's a really nice-looking young player. He showed some very good flashes yesterday, and he's trying to continue that today.
Leads up to 8 for the Westmen. Caillou for 3. Mikhailov with another rebound. Difference, the shot clock and game clock are just about bang on here. Moranin will hold. Moranin, gotta get busy. Gordo, sidestep, and it'll be called for the walk. Great closeout by Caillou.
3 seconds left.
3.3. Time to get a good shot here for Uqam. I think they'd really like to finish on a high note here in this second quarter.
So Thomas will come in for the Westmen. Gotta get it up. Caillou will get it and count it if it went, and that'll do it. 20 minutes in the books. 8-point lead for the Westmen.
Yeah, much better defensive effort for the Westmen so far in this game. They've looked phenomenal on the defensive end, and offensively they're moving the ball really well and knocking down shots.
And what did you like about Uqam's game?
Yeah, we're going to take a look here at some of the turnovers from Uqam. You know, they've looked a little bit disjointed offensively. And, you know, again, they've been really good in transition and the half court, but too many turnovers. Dynamic in transition and offensive glass, but struggled in the half court. So they're going to have to clean that up in the second half, try and execute something in the half court. Just too many turnovers and sloppy ball handling. A lot of times it's just too much dribbling.
And standing by is the head coach of the Winnipeg Westmen, head coach Mike Rainbow. Coach, 20 minutes in the books, your perspective on the first 20.
Yeah, I mean, obviously both teams are playing hard. I think for us, the rebound from yesterday is important for us. You know, the experience that we can garner just from being in the tournament here and trying to play our best basketball today is really important to us.
What was your message to the team before this game started?
Yeah, we just talked about trying to maximize the experience of being here, you know, improving some things, you know, that we wish we would have done a little bit differently yesterday, and how fortunate we are to have this opportunity to, you know, have a do-over in some regard today.
And what will it take to get this job done in the next 20?
Well, I think for us the importance is just to move on one possession at a time and to stay focused and connected together as a group.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Head coach Mike Rainbow, you got his perspective there, Nate. So coming up at a halftime show, we'll meet some of the U Sports athletes who left their mark on this world this fall. So stay with us. We're watching U Sports on CBC.
This season. Catch the best in Atlantic University sport excitement at home or on the go with AUS TV. Soccer, rugby, football, volleyball, hockey, basketball, and more. Tune in at AUSTV.ca. All your favorite university teams showcasing their talents in one place. AUS TV, powered by Bell Alliant. They bring it to the court. They bring it to the field. They bring it to the ice. And now they bring it to you. Presented by Subway, the official fuel of Atlantic University sport.
They don't do it for the likes or for the shares. They do it for the fun of it, for the thrill, for the camaraderie, for the memories. CBC Sports, just because they love it.
Certaines personnes arrivent à l'université en sachant ce qu'elles vont faire dans la vie. D'autres viennent pour le découvrir. Peu importe la raison, elles trouveront leur chemin à l'Université d'Ottawa. Un chemin vers la connaissance et vers le succès. Vous étudierez avec des professeurs qui sont des leaders dans leur domaine. 89 d'entre eux sont titulaires de chaires de recherche du Canada. Tout au long de votre parcours, des mentors, des conseillers et des accompagnateurs vous appuieront pour que vous développiez votre plein potentiel.
It's that moment again, the one you dream of every night. La seule chose qui te préoccupe, c'est la gloire. Le cheminement de la réussite, of pushing yourself further than ever before. But the true glory is in the shadows. Les sacrifices que tu fais, quand toutes les chances sont contre toi. When you can't push one more second, chase the glory. Visez haut.
The stories behind the glory. Watch, listen, stream, read CBC Sports.
The nominees for the Mike Moser Memorial Trophy as the U Sports Outstanding Men's Basketball Player of the Year are, en nomination pour le trophée commémoratif Mike Moser présenté à l'athlète de l'année en basketball masculin U-Sport, des sports universitaires de l'Atlantique from the AUS, Elijah Miller, Université de l'Île du Prince-Édouard, UPEI. Du réseau du sport étudiant du Québec from the RSEQ, Sidney Tremblay-Lacombe, Université Laval University. Du sport universitaire de l'Ontario from the OUA, Thomas Kennedy, Université de Windsor, University of Windsor. Et de l'Association Ouest Canadienne from Canada West, Diego Mafia, Université de Victoria, University of Victoria. Le lauréat du trophée commémoratif Mike Moser, décerné au joueur de l'année en basketball masculin U-Sport est, the winner of the Mike Moser Memorial Trophy as the U-Sports Player of the Year in men's basketball is Thomas Kennedy, Université de Windsor, University of Windsor.
Back in Halifax alongside Nate Philippe, Vince Williams on hand after 20 minutes. 8-point lead by the Westmen. Let's take a look at the numbers.
Yeah, I think the big number that stands out for Uqam is 9 turnovers, and that really feeds into the high percentages that Winnipeg's shooting. 46% from the field, 40% from three. It's the quality of the baskets that they're getting, right? Off turnovers, it's 2-on-1s, it's 1-on-0s, it's layup line baskets when you get 9 steals. So that's what Uqam needs to clean up here in the second half, is take better care of the ball and execute in the half court.
Both teams need some work to do, 20 minutes to do it. The numbers after 20 minutes brought to you by Wilson. We're back after these messages. You're watching CBC Sports continuous coverage of the 2023 U Sports Final 8 Men's Basketball Championship.
Some people come to university knowing exactly what they want to do in life. Others come to discover it. Either way, there's a path for them at U Ottawa. A path to knowledge, a path to success. You study with professors who are leaders in their field. 89 of them hold Canada Research Chairs. Along your path, you will find student mentors, counselors, and coaches. All there to give you the support you need to be the best you can be.
They don't do it for the likes or for the shares. They do it for the fun of it, for the thrill, for the camaraderie, for the memories. CBC Sports, just because they love it.
It's that moment again, the one you dream of every night. La seule chose qui te préoccupe, c'est la gloire. Le cheminement de la réussite, of pushing yourself further than ever before. But the true glory is in the shadows. Les sacrifices que tu fais, quand toutes les chances sont contre toi, when you can't push one more second, chase the glory. Visez haut.
Welcome back to Halifax at the half. 8-point lead for the Westmen. And we'll have a quick chat with the head coach for Uqam, Mario Joseph.
Alors, nous sommes présentement avec l'entraîneur-chef Mario Joseph de l'équipe de l'Uqam. Monsieur Joseph, l'enjeu aujourd'hui qui est peut-être un peu différent lors du match d'hier, c'était quoi le message à l'équipe avant le début de la partie?
Mais le message avant le début de la partie, c'est de jouer avec fierté. Comme, oui, le but ultime, c'est de gagner un national, mais comme la suite des choses, ça peut créer un momentum, puis tu veux créer des bonnes habitudes pour être capable de revenir dans le tournoi l'année prochaine.
Et ce match-ci, qu'est-ce que ça signifie pour les joueurs, surtout les joueurs qui sont peut-être un peu plus âgés? On a plusieurs joueurs de 4e année au sein de ton équipe.
Mais c'est une progression pour la suite des choses. C'est pour les joueurs qui sont là, qui vont revenir l'année prochaine, les voir grandir, puis apprendre de l'expérience de ces joueurs-là, comment ils réagissent dans les situations. Parce que, comme on dit, c'est pas garanti que tu peux retourner ici à chaque année.
Et là, présentement, on tire de l'arrière en ce début de deuxième demi. Probablement pas l'endroit où on voulait se retrouver après 2 quarts de basketball. C'est quoi la différence présentement de l'équipe des Citadins qu'on voit aujourd'hui et celle qu'on a vue hier sur le terrain?
Mais je crois présentement les gars sont moins engagés parce qu'ils connaissent l'enjeu. Puis défensivement, on ne joue pas tellement bien. Comme en moyenne, on est capable de garder une équipe dans la 60aine de points. Puis on peut regarder présentement à la demi, ils ont déjà 46 points. Puis si ça continue comme ça, ils se rapprochent proche des 92, 96 points facilement.
Merci beaucoup, Mario Joseph, et bonne chance pour la fin de ce match.
Merci.
Yeah, so Coach Joseph really speaking about the importance of competing on the national stage and learning what it takes to win at this level. You know, definitely that they're not taking this experience lightly whatsoever, and they want to use this as a building block to learning how to win at this level and dominating the RCQ next year. So they're absolutely taking the right approach.
8-point lead for the Westmen. Second half on the other side after these messages. Stay with us. You're watching U Sports on CBC.
The nominees for the Dr. Peter Mullins Trophy as the U Sports Men's Basketball Rookie of the Year are, en nomination pour le trophée Dr. Peter Mullins présenté à la recrue de l'année en basketball masculin U-Sport 2023, des sports universitaires de l'Atlantique from the AUS, Marcus Barnes, Université du Nouveau-Brunswick, UNB, du Réseau du sport étudiant du Québec from the RSEQ, Étienne Gagnon, Université Bishop's University, du sport universitaire de l'Ontario from the OUA, de Zane Mingo, Université de Guelph, University of Guelph, et de l'Association Ouest Canadienne from Canada West, Simon Hildebrand, Université du Manitoba, University of Manitoba. Le lauréat du trophée Dr. Peter Mullins, décerné à la recrue de l'année en basketball masculin U-Sport est, the winner of the Dr. Peter Mullins Award as the Rookie of the Year in U-Sports Men's Basketball is Simon Hildebrand, Université du Manitoba, University of Manitoba.
Back in Halifax, good look at the Westman bench. That's Alexander, had a good half for the Westmen. They lead by 8 alongside Nate Philippe, Vince Williams on hand. Here at the Scotiabank Center, it's Consolation finals on the other side of the bracket. Game number 1, University of Winnipeg, Westman, and the Uqam City down. And the next game after this one, approximately 2 o'clock tip-off, University of Prince Edward Island Panthers will take on Queen's University Gales. Both of these teams fought tooth and nail in their first quarterfinal, and they could have won it down the stretch. Queens, a little bit of an uphill battle, try to battle back, down by 32 points. UPEI had an opportunity to win it at the end, but it was a great defensive play by all-rookie team U Sports in Canada West. Ronaldo Robinson of UVic.
Yep.
But what about that game by Diego Mafia?
Oh, that was an absolute barn burner. One of the best games of the day yesterday, no doubt about it. Electric offense from Diego Mafia and Elijah Miller. It's going to be interesting to see how UPI responds here after that type of game yesterday.
Yes, Mafia was in his bag along with Miller and Kamari Scott for the Panthers. Third quarter underway here. Westman will start with possession. Alexander. Moranin will pull it out. Stewart. Sidestep, three-pointer, leaves it short. Run out, McFadden-Jones steps into a three-pointer. That's off the side of the backboard, probably not the shot that they wanted in transition.
No, you don't want to settle for threes in transition. I'm sure Mario's not happy about that.
And Thomas trying to keep that plant foot down and lifts it. That'll be a travel. Good to see the youngster Emmanuel Thomas, though, the 6'5" sophomore from Winnipeg, being aggressive. Had an off game yesterday. Looking for his offense in this one. LaFourier. And he'll flip it up and in. That's a good-looking shot. Soft touch around the rim.
Big shot for him, and he had a monster game yesterday, just trying to defend Grant Shepard and keep him off the glass. Really stepped up yesterday.
Moranin looking to go inside. Moranin, wide open three-pointer. McCallum chases it down. Keeping his feet moving. Thomas now try to throw it inside of McCallum. McCallum, gotta hurry. Throws it up just to beat the shot clock. Throws up the air ball. Good defensive sequence there by Uqam. Seville for three.
That's a good shot. That's a good shot.
That's where they needed good rotation and rhythm. Catch and shoot right in the shooter's pocket. And Seville shooting at 38% from downtown. And McCallum will be called for the travel.
Yeah, let's take a look at this last shot by Uqam. Transition, ball reversal, great ball movement, looking for each other, in rhythm, Kevin Seville, and that's down every time. Beautiful offense there by Uqam.
Seville with 5 points in this game, 2 of 3 from the floor. He had 19 points yesterday, 6 rebounds and 4 assists. Was a 6-foot, fourth-year senior from Montreal.
Yeah, Kevin Seville was absolutely dynamic yesterday. Unbelievable season for him. He is a winner.
That's a turnover for Uqam, number 10 on the game. Haidara couldn't secure it.
Yeah, Haidara looks visibly frustrated today. He's got to try and get back in rhythm.
Alexander, pump fake, nice pocket pass down low to Luke. Stripped away though by Seville.
Yeah, that's a foul. Got to call that.
Foul on Emmanuel Thomas. That might have been a good foul as they had 3 Westmen in the backcourt. They had a lot of Uqam runners on the run out and transition. We talked about it in the first 20 minutes. They're really looking to push the basketball, and they've done it in the start of this third quarter as well.
Well, you watch EuroLeague games, that's actually a foul they take intentionally to stop transition baskets. So, yeah, it's a smart play for sure.
Carrojo can't get the mid-range. Blow by. Luke, nice finish at the cup with the left hand. He's another good-looking player is Luke. Freshman, 6'7" from Winnipeg. Strong game yesterday.
Had some great moments yesterday. Bright future for him.
That 3 won't fall. That might have been another settle from beyond the arc by Uqam. Moranin draws the double. Thomas, corner 3. Out the top of the backboard, down the other way. McFadden John on the run out. Great defensive play, though, to kick it away and deny that transition opportunity.
Wow, and did you see the jets there by McFadden Jean? He showed the speed there. My gosh, he looked like a Ferrari on the Autobahn. Phenomenal.
Caillou will come into the game for Uqam. You think he's reserving something in the tank? He plays hard on both ends of the floor. This guy has been outstanding in this tournament.
Love McFadden Jean. Plays hard every possession. Defensive pass. Super athletic. He's an asset for Uqam.
Seville attacking Donald Stewart. Stewart with a protest. He wanted to wrap around. That's his second personal. Team second. Caillou will inbound on the baseline. And Seville will turn it over. That's number 11 for Uqam.
Again, that's something they don't want to carry over from the first half. Sloppy, disjointed offense and turnovers in the half court.
14 turnovers yesterday versus the Ravens. Uqam. They struggled in the fourth quarter as well, shooting 14 points in that fourth quarter. Nice move off the glass and in. It's Luke. He's got a quick 4 points in this quarter. McFadden John, that's turned away. Stolen by Gordo. They have numbers in transition. Alexander lays it up and Merriam Jones has seen enough. Lead back up to 9 points for the Westmen.
Good timeout there by Mario. Way too many turnovers.
So 9-point lead for the Westmen. We're back after these messages. Stay with us. You're watching U Sports on CBC.
Certaines personnes arrivent à l'université en sachant ce qu'elles vont faire dans la vie. D'autres viennent pour le découvrir. Peu importe la raison, elles trouveront leur chemin à l'Université d'Ottawa. Un chemin vers la connaissance et vers le succès. Vous étudierez avec des professeurs qui sont des leaders dans leur domaine. 89 d'entre eux sont titulaires de chaires de recherche du Canada. Tout au long de votre parcours, des mentors, des conseillers et des accompagnateurs vous appuieront pour que vous développiez votre plein potentiel.
FLW Analytics from Boost Innovation is proud to bring you the 2023 U Sports Basketball Final 8 on CBC. This Canadian-built military-grade software provides guidance on 8 performance mindset characteristics, as well as knowledge of tactics and strategy in basketball. FLW Analytics, proven technology, is ready for its Canadian release. Learn more about the launch of FLW Analytics in Canada by visiting flwanalytics.com or scan the QR code on your screen. 9-point game for the Westmen. Uqam under the timeout. Seville will bring it over the timeline. Lafourier, 2-3 matchup zone by the Westmen.
Wow.
And Lafourier will lose the handle and turn it over for the 12th time.
Wow. And that's one of the things Coach Joseph talked about at halftime is he feels like there's a lack of focus from his team, disappointment from yesterday. And one of the places that shows is turnovers and careless offense. So they got to get their heads in the game here and refocus, or else this one could get out of hand.
Well, it's high-level basketball, right? This is the national stage. The top 8 teams in the country are here.
Yeah.
Win or lose, you have to still finish strong to carry over to your next season.
Exactly. And a Consolation championship is still a championship. It's still a major growth opportunity and a major respect factor for your program. So, UQAM's got to wake up here and give it their best effort here these last quarter and a half.
Caillou gets inside. Mid-range won't fall. McCallum runs end to end. Can't finish, and a late whistle. Might have gotten pushed underneath. And Mikal will go to the line to shoot two. Outstanding dish by Moranin.
Beautiful, tasty dish there by Moranin. Gorgeous pass.
A dime right there, but the hustle as McCallum was able to sprint the other way. Definitely put some muscle in that hustle the other way. This guy is so impressive.
Really like Mikhailov. He's showing a fantastic offensive skill package. Great footwork, great hands, finishes with both hands, and he's been one of the best bigs in the tournament so far this tournament.
6'9" sophomore from Madrid, Spain. 20 points yesterday and 10 rebounds on 10 of 14 shooting. Had 22 points and 10 rebounds in the conference final that they lost to UVic. This guy has been dynamite.
Madrid, Spain, home of Pau Gasol, and he's definitely showing shades of a young Pau Gasol. Love the footwork.
All respect for sure. Respect the mark as well. Doso trying to back down McCallum's strength there.
Oh, tough call. Tough call.
Keeps his ground there. You didn't like it. Mario Joseph definitely didn't like it.
No, and Mikhailov is showing the same kind of physicality on the other end. I think that's the point Coach Joseph is making here, is if you're going to make that call on one end, it's got to go on both ends.
Here's Moranin. Draws the double. Moranin survey. Pull up. Yes! Sean Moranin. Just weaving his way through traffic, knocks down the mid-range jumper. Smooth looking shot.
Nice
Caillou,
take.
He'll bank it home.
Nice take, Samuel Caillou.
Gordo waits. Batted around. Ripped down now the other way comes Uqam. Count it, plus the foul. Outstanding decision, and that's more like it. That's more of his game.
Yeah, Corojo's been quiet today, but had a dynamic game yesterday against Carleton. Was a huge factor in that game being as close as it was, and Uqam giving themselves a chance to win. Showed the athleticism there and great hand-eye coordination to be able to finish through contact.
Ellie Corojo finishes the N1, 6'8" junior from Montreal, 18 points and 12 rebounds yesterday. Moran. Mikhailov is fouled on the shooting attempt. Didn't look like he was shooting it, but he was in that area where you got to anticipate he's going to go up and try to shoot the ball.
And that's a call that as coaches you absolutely hate. You know, as an offensive player going into two players, that call is a bailout. So as a coach, you hate it. But the officials, you know, if you see it, you feel like it's a foul, you got to call it. But as coaches, we hate to see it.
No disrespect. Is that the reason why you have no hair?
That's part of it. That's part of it, Vince. Calls like that can lead to some sleepless nights and hair pulls, definitely.
You know I got nothing but love for you, right?
Hey, I'm lucky I got a smooth head, Vince.
Bick number one does it every time, right? So Mikhailov missed the first, but there'll be a lane violation.
Yeah, again, lack of focus there by Uqam, lane violation. You know, they gotta get their heads in the game here.
They'll make a count on the second. 11-point lead for the Westmen. That's their largest. Seville. Adara Seville for three. Leaves it short. Chased down by Caio. Caio gets inside, blocked by Mikhailov.
And Haydara was open in the corner there. Again, Haydara is showing some visible frustration. Feels like Caio should have been able to get him there. Here's this last defensive possession by Winnipeg. Lots of pressure on Caio. You got two defenders on you. Just kick it out. And Haydara was open in the corner there. Nice block by Mikhailov. Another turnover for Uqam.
Yeah. Just the focus right now, right?
Lack of focus. And, you know, great quote by Michael Jordan. Game of basketball is 10% physical and 90% mental, right? And that's what we're seeing here. Got to take care of upstairs and be locked in on every possession.
Paul Francisco will come back for the Westmen. Stolen by Caio. Can't finish. Adara will go to the line to shoot two.
And this is something I always tell my teams is there's no excuse for missing a layup. The only reason you're missing a layup is lack of focus, right? It should be a layup or a foul in a situation like that. And again, another sign of lack of focus there by Caio.
Mario Joseph, as the three officials, no conference, looked like he was in the act of shooting.
Absolutely.
And he'll be rewarded here. They get it right, and that's how you do it. You have a team out there. They're the third team in this basketball game. The officials got it right. Conference, talked about it, came up with the right play.
Yeah, and Nationals is a showcase for officials as well. You know, I've been in many meetings between coaches and officials, and this is a feather in the cap for these officials to be able to officiate on the national level, and it's you know, it's a stage for them as well. So, you know, we want to see the best officials here at Nationals, and they're trying to do the best job they can as well.
Haydara will knock down both. What do you think it is with Haydara right now?
I mean, I'm sure he's very, very disappointed with how yesterday went, but you know, it's the next play mentality. You can't let what happened yesterday trickle into today. So it's a fresh game, fresh opportunity. And Haydar is a heck of a player, and he's got to showcase, you know, the type of player that he is and let go of what happened yesterday.
Fourth-year senior is Haydar from Montreal, 6'7", so he has the option to come back for his fifth year.
D1 transfer, started off at George Mason, transferred to St. Francis Brooklyn. High level player, was ranked number 11 in Canada coming out of high school. Heck of a player, and we know he's better than what he's shown today.
Blocked down the other end. Here's Francisco on the run out. Francisco lays it up and in. Paul Francisco, 6'2" sophomore, was 4 for 9 from downtown, 11 points. He was a spark plug off the bench for the Westmen yesterday.
Let's take a look here at the last steal. Corojo forcing a shot there, leads to transition. Again, Francisco was a spark plug yesterday, and a really nice left-hand finish there.
Really good, smooth move in the paint. And finish to that attempted alteration of the shot.
Yeah,
Idara now will shoot 2.
I guess you could call that a block versus a steal. It's close. Either way, tough shot by Corojo there.
Idara will knock down both. Lead back down to 9. 2 minutes remaining in the third. Here's Francisco, go by. Try to drop it off to Thomas. Just a little bit too much mustard on that. Alexander and Gordo will come back for the Westmen.
And now we've seen a couple of turnovers from Winnipeg's side, so it looks like they're starting to lose focus a little bit too.
13th committed by the Westmen. Seville. Westman pretty much been playing this 2-3 extended zone much of this third quarter. Adar drops it off, and that's turnover number 15.
And again, visible frustration from Adara. That was a beautiful pass, set the table, and Dalo's got to finish out. Yeah, you can really see the frustration on Hidara's face, but you know, as a leader, as one of their best players, you know, he's got to show positivity in his body language and turn it up a notch here.
Stewart for 3. That'll rim out. Gordo with the rebound. Second chance coming up. Alexander will try to pound it inside on Seville. Nice drop-off pass.
Whoa, no call.
Layup. Stewart unable to finish. Might have been a goaltender or basket interference there. Corojo. Second chance not there. Stewart clears the boards. Nice catch by Alexander. Forces his way in there. Can't get it to fall. Both teams looking a little sloppy now in the latter part of this quarter. Under a minute to go. Seville's 3. Not there. Here's Gordo. Moran in. He'll pull it out. Moran now will take on the double. Splits the D, gets inside. Alexander, nice pocket pass and a block, but a foul by Corojo.
Great ball movement there by Winnipeg, looking for each other, trying to create, and that was fantastic ball movement there.
This looked like they didn't have much of anything. Yeah. Moran got in there and got stuck, picked up his dribble. The Alexander was thinking one move ahead when he caught that pass inside the paint. He knew he had Luke down low in that Russian spot.
Yeah, and that's one of those possessions, good D and better O, right? It was a very good defensive possession by Uqam there. Took away drive, but great pass there by Alexander.
So Ryan Luke puts the lead back up to 11 with 21.3. Mensah will come in for him. So Uqam will hold for the last shot here in the third quarter.
Big possession here for Uqam. Definitely want to get a good shot here and finish on a high note.
Seville. He'll hold. Got to get busy. Kevin on the drive. Gets inside. Three-pointer, Corojo. Not there. Batted around. And there it is. After 3 quarters completed, 11-point lead by the Westmen. We're back after these messages. Stay with us. You're watching U Sports on CBC.
They don't do it for the likes or for the shares. They do it for the fun of it, for the thrill, for the camaraderie, for the memories. CBC Sports, just because they love it.
Fans, you too can celebrate each U Sports team's gold medal with your victory. Your very own commemorative apparel from T. Litzen Sports. Swimming fans of the UBC Thunderbirds and U of T Varsity Blues, while wrestling fans of the Brock Badgers and Alberta Pandas have been flocking to shop.usports.ca to purchase their piece of history. On Monday, the championship collection from this very tournament will be available for purchase. But hurry, supplies will go fast on this limited time offer. That's U Sports Championship Collection on sale at shop.usports.ca. I need to get some of that championships collection. I don't have any of it.
Absolutely.
I see you're rocking some of that stuff.
That's some nice looking gear for sure. Should be flying off the virtual shelves.
I've done enough of, the opportunity to be at this stage. Still looking for that. I think I got a toque. I got a toque for sure. I sport it all the time.
No, that's some nice looking gear. I'll be seeing if they have any 2XLs.
Yeah. Very proud to wear it all year long, right?
Absolutely. This is the premier basketball event in Canada, other than Toronto Raptors, right? So, we're showcasing some phenomenal talent here, and we haven't been let down by any of these games. Superstars are shining.
Absolutely not. These student athletes leaving it all on the floor here in Halifax. Outstanding crowds throughout the weekend up to this point, and you got to anticipate it will continue. Here at the Scotiabank Center, we got some young, up-and-coming basketball players. You can see them in the crowd. They're dancing. They're looking for the free swag. Outstanding here on a Saturday afternoon. The Consolation final, number 1, number 2 will come up after this.
We just saw a really bizarre situation there. Eli Corojo was hanging on the rim trying to fix the net, and when he came down, he landed on Doso's foot. So hope Eli Corojo didn't suffer an injury there. That was a unique moment there.
Doso able to pick up the rebound. He'll force the issue. He'll shoot 2 here. And I think Corojo and Doso still having some words about what transpired before the start of this quarter. But they'll work it out.
Oh, yeah. That's weird things happen in basketball sometimes.
You don't see that every day, right?
No, that would be a very frustrating way to get injured. No doubt about that.
And we've seen some very frustrating injuries in basketball, particularly in the association, in the warm-ups, with some premier starters.
So true.
Here's Moranin. Moranin out, outstanding for the Westmen this afternoon. Showing the country why he's one of the premier point guards. Luke, blocked by Doso.
Block, Doso.
Corojo to the rim, can't finish. Doso with the follow. Gordo cleans up the mess. Here's Moranin attacking. Great ball movement. Moranin draws Corojo. Now Doso. Got to take him off the bounce. Moranin. Yeah! Okay, Moranin. We see you.
Nice shot there. Beautiful shot by Moranin. Sees the mismatch, takes advantage, nothing but net.
Sean Moranin. That's one student athlete that really is trying to win this basketball game. Carojo. On the doorstep, he'll lay it up and in. Here's Moranin again. Takes his time. Just patient is Moranin. No hurry. Alexander, three-pointer, ripped down. KO. Hadara. Now there's the take right there.
That's what Hadara does at a high level. Dynamic athlete in transition, shows the length, shows the athleticism. Beautiful finish there.
Three-pointer by Moranin. He liked it, couldn't get the result. Seville attacking on Stewart. KO from the corner, that won't fall. Seville, he'll try for three. Back-to-back opportunities. As Mike Rainbow says, just slow it down. Let's get back to our tempo, get back the way we play basketball, not get into this track meet here.
Yeah, and you can see the effort level and focus has picked up for Uqam there. Trying to make a run, get back into this game, and find a way to pull out a W.
Gordo, wow, shot. Couldn't beat the shot clock. He hurried that one. Took a little bit too much time trying to back down Seville. Everybody seems to try to post up Seville in the last two games.
Much better defense by Uqam, and Doso's checking out. He gave some phenomenal minutes, made a major impact with his time on the floor.
McFadden John will come back along with Fourier. Uqam trailing by 8.
Nice
pass. Fourier lay it up and in.
Nice pass by Carojo.
Thomas for the Westman. Luke's back in there as well. Moranin. Ryan Luke spins, draws the double, and he's fouled.
Tough call.
He'll shoot two. Our next telecast, approximately 2 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time. The University of Prince Edward Island Panthers will take on Queen's University Gales, and that should be a good matchup between those two teams. They really fought last night, played their hearts out, left it all on the floor, and you gotta expect that they'll do it again at 2 p.m.
Two of the premier teams in Canada. UPI was a class of its own in the AUS, along with X, and Queens was top 3 in the battle-tested OUA. That's going to be an exciting game for sure.
Carojo, McFadden Jean. And a foul away from the ball, and I think it's on Moranin. No, they're called on Ryan Luke here. That's his third, team second.
Great opportunity here for Uqam, still a 7-point game.
Blocked by Luke. Seville's there though, cleans it up. Moranin now. 5-point game. Uqam coming on with a run. Stolen by Seville. Looking to pitch it ahead. Hadara finishes, and Mike Rainbow says, let's slow this down. Calls timeout. Good run out. 7-0 run for Uqam. We're back after these messages. Stay with us. You're watching U Sports on CBC.
Certaines personnes arrivent à l'université en sachant ce qu'elles vont faire dans la vie. D'autres viennent pour le découvrir. Peu importe la raison, elles trouveront leur chemin à l'Université d'Ottawa. Un chemin vers la connaissance et vers le succès. Vous étudierez avec des professeurs qui sont des leaders dans leur domaine. 89 d'entre eux sont titulaires de chaires de recherche du Canada. Tout au long de votre parcours, des mentors, des conseillers et des accompagnateurs vous appuieront pour que vous développiez votre plein potentiel.
FLW Analytics from Boost Innovation is proud to bring you the 2023 U Sports Basketball Final 8 on CBC. This Canadian-built military-grade software provides guidance on 8 performance mindset characteristics, as well as knowledge of tactics and strategy in basketball. FLW Analytics proven technology is ready for its Canadian release. Learn more about the launch of FLW Analytics in Canada by visiting flwanalytics.com or scan the QR code on your screen. FLW Analytics, where champions go to improve their mindset. Westman basketball out of the timeout. One possession game. Here's Moranin. Moranin gets downhill on Seville. Can't finish. Thomas, put back not there. Moranin shaken up on the play. Tries to hustle back on D. Whoa! Haydara finishes with the right hand.
Did you see the wind flying off his back?
And Moranin, you could see it, limping a little bit. Tweaked his right ankle on that last take. So a 9-0 run here for Uqam. Alexander. Moranin will try to fight through the paint. Moranin, three-pointer. That'll rim out. Thomas keeps it alive. Outstanding play by the sophomore. Second chance for the Westmen. Looking for a bucket. Alexander, nice catch. Alexander. McCallum ripped away. Haydara. Here's Haydara, he'll slow it up. Uqam, Seville, and that'll rim out. Been forever since Uqam has had the lead in this game. Led by 2. Just over 7 minutes left in the second quarter. It's the last time they had the lead. Here's Moranin surveying. Sean can't finish. Thomas is there, but the putback won't go. Seville attacking. Quick ball movement. Carojo. That won't fall in the reversal. Moranin now. Pulls it out. Alexander. He got to look to get it inside from McCallum. Alexander bangs his way in and he'll bank it in.
Big time move there. Really tough finish.
Seville can't finish with the right hand on a reversal. Chases down his own miss. Haydara. Haydara knocks it down and ties it up at 68.
Huge shot there by Haydara. And this is the Uqam team that we saw against Carleton yesterday. They've definitely flipped the switch over these last 4 or 5 minutes.
Overcoming an 11-point deficit twice. Thomas won't fall. Westman coming a little undone. Haydara looking to give Uqam the lead for the first time since the second quarter.
Let's take a look at this big 3 by Haydara. Great pass there by Kevin Seville. Draws 2 defenders. Haydara's open. Shoots it with confidence. Great follow through. Big time shot. And they're tied now. Brand new game.
Lafourier checks in. Lafourier flips it up. And Kaloff with the rebound. He's shaken up a little bit. Took an elbow to the kisser down there by Lafourier. Gordo's in there now for the Westmen along with Luke. Alexander backing down McFadden Shaw.
Great defense. Great
Steady
defense.
Eddie there on the block.
He's a special defender. McFadden Jean is absolutely dynamic defensively. Let's take another look at this possession here. Winnipeg thinks they have a matchup here. Alexander, bigger, stronger physically, but look at the effort. Look at the footwork there by McFadden Jean. Fantastic defense.
The Westmen are getting outscored 16-5 in this fourth quarter. So not the same kind of letdown that Uqam had yesterday when they only had 14 points to the Ravens 20. But you got to give credit to the Ravens defense.
This is it's a totally different team than we saw in the first 3 quarters, and this is the team we saw take Carleton down to the wire yesterday. Using the athleticism, using the length, and they're fighting.
Garojo can't finish. Fouled by Lafourier. Somehow, through the trees, Gordo comes down with the rebound. He's fouled. And that'll be Lafourier's second, team second. 2:42, so foul difficulty not a factor up to this point for both teams. 2 team fouls apiece.
You just hate that call as a coach. You know, great effort play there, trying to get a second shot for your team, and you're calling over your back. But gotta love the effort.
Here's Gordo. Alexander trying to take Seville inside. Moranin will take over. Alexander, 5 on the shot clock. McCalla knocked away. Numbers.
Oh, what a pass!
McFadden Shaw will lay it up and in.
What a pass by Garojo. Threaded the needle like an NFL quarterback. Unbelievable there.
Defense to offense, and Uqam fights all the way back to take the lead. McCalla doubles, flips it up, puts it in. They need to get this guy the basketball.
Big shot for Winnipeg. They needed that. Regain some of that momentum.
Believe it or not, that's his first 2 points in the second half. He's got 19 at 17 in the first 20.
Wow.
It went away from him. McFadden Jean for 3. Looked like some contact there by Alexander. Tried to draw it was McFadden Jean, but didn't get the whistle.
Yeah, here's that last possession by Uqam. Steal leads to transition offense, and watch this pass by Garojo. Through traffic, on a dime, fantastic pass, great finish.
Moranin now. Gets inside, flips it up. It's good, and he wanted the and 1. So we're going back and forth here, Nate. This might come down to the last possession. We wouldn't want it any other way.
No.
Where else would you rather be? Seville! Yep, 3-pointer won't go. Last touch by the Westmen. It will stay with Uqam, and Mario Joseph will call timeout. 14 seconds on the shot clock. He'll try to draw something up here. Very important possessions for both of these teams on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, and now we're seeing the best of both teams. Both teams trying to find a way to win this game. You see pride is on the line, and trying to find a way to win a consolation championship and take a big step forward for their programs. So we're seeing now the best of Uqam, we're seeing the best of Winnipeg, and it's going to come down to the wire.
What do you think we're going to see?
I think Winnipeg's going to go 2-3 zone here. Obviously, Coach Joseph, you expect that most coaches are going to drop a play against man. So I expect Coach Rainbow to go zone here. Coach Joseph is probably projecting that and forecasting that as well, and trying to drop some kind of a screening action against the zone to try and get a clean shot for his team.
So 1 minute and 3 seconds remaining in regulation. 2-point lead for the Westmen. It's been back and forth here in the fourth quarter. Uqam has done an outstanding job defensively, holding the Westmen to 9 points in the quarter. But they got to get it done on the other end here offensively. So they'll have possession coming out of the timeout. Seville's out there, Lafourier, McFadden Jean, Garojo, and Haidara.
And Winnipeg is actually going man. Surprising.
Lafourier looking for Haidara. Posting up Alexander. Haidara. Lafourier for 3.
Huge
Garojo.
rebound.
Haidara gets the roll, and he'll tie it up.
Huge rebound there by Eli Garojo, getting his team a second shot. Fantastic. We've seen the impact offensive rebounding has all tournament.
Moranin. Gordo, blow by. Ryan Luke, big 3 on the way. Batted around, McCalloff with the hustle, second chance.
Another big offensive rebound.
Moranin draws the double team. Ryan Luke inside to McCalloff. That's knocked away out of bounds. It will stay with the Westmen, and Mike Rainbow will call timeout. Great leadership on the floor by Sean Moranin. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Immediately went to his head coach saying, Coach, let's get a timeout. Let's settle down. This is a very important possession. Let's get something drawn up. Let's get organized.
And that's when you talk about a player being a coach on the floor. High IQ player, and he's shown it today. Didn't get to showcase what he could do yesterday against U Ottawa, but he's been dynamic today. So 4 seconds left here. You're trying to get as good a shot as possible. You know, enough time to get a clean look and a good shot. I would expect Uqam to show zone here, but you know, we'll see what Coach Joseph decides to go with. But yeah, big possession. They need a good shot here.
Good look at the head coach of the Westmen, Mike Rainbow.
Going to take a look at this last possession by Winnipeg here. Skip pass, looking into the post, deflection, active hands by Uqam. They've been flying all over the place in this fourth quarter.
First appearance in 29 years for this Westman program. A lot of homegrown talent. 3 players outside of Manitoba. The Westman's 11th appearance at the U Sports Nationals. Mike Rainbow, 13th season, 187 wins, 163 losses. In his first appearance here, taking his program to the Final 8. So Moranin will inbound on the baseline. Luke's out there, Gordo along with McAuliffe and Alexander.
Uqam going man here as well, switching everything.
Gordo, corner 3, won't fall.
This box out, big breakdown.
Luke throws it up. And a foul, an offensive foul on Alberto Gordo.
Wow. And I know Winnipeg hates that call.
16 seconds remaining. They had a few fouls to give. That'll be his first. Team's third, so they had one more to give. So Uqam can
Coach Joseph
really take it right down to the buzzer here and try to win it at the buzzer.
And this is where strategy comes into play. Coach Joseph choosing not to take a timeout here in advance. He's going to go full court instead and just let them play. Advantages and disadvantages in this situation, but everyone knows their team best.
Here's Hagara. Hagara is going to come down to him. 5 seconds. Hagara on the drive. Rims out. Batted around, and we are headed to overtime. Hagara wanted the foul, didn't get it, and we'll have extra basketball. Everybody loves that. Overtime on the other side. We're back after these messages. Stay with us. You're watching New Sports on CBC.
They don't do it for the likes or for the shares. They do it for the fun of it, for the thrill, for the camaraderie, for the memories. CBC Sports, just because they love it.
Back in Halifax, tied at 72, Uqam and Winnipeg in this first consolation round matchup. Number 2 will go next after this one. A good look at Mario Joseph. Final instructions alongside Nate Philippe, Vince Williams on hand. You see Gordo of the Westmen, and there's Mike Rainbow of the Westmen, his final instructions. And Nate, 5 minutes of overtime. There'll be 5 minutes here, and if necessary, we'll keep going until there's a winner. That's how it's going to work here.
Interesting note here for Winnipeg. The way they advanced in the playoffs, their first round against Brandon went to triple overtime. So they've faced overtime situations in the very recent past. And both teams are raring to go here. That fourth quarter was all Uqam, 20-9 for Uqam in that fourth quarter. And both teams showing how bad they want this game.
Well, that's how you go on a Cinderella run, right? You have to win those games. And they were on the road. And the Manitoba Bisons were nationally ranked throughout the year. And Hildebrandt, what a player for them. He is the future of U Sports basketball. That young man in the Canada West. Here's Moranin now. Gordo, three-pointer from way out.
Tough shot there.
Chased down by Stewart.
Settled for that one.
Stewart backs in Carojo. Stewart tries to power it up. Blocked by Lafourier.
Great defense.
Uqam has numbers on the run out. Carojo for three. Battered around by Lafourier, and Seville can't save it. And Carojo just settling for that three.
Great hustle play there by Kevin Seville and Lafourier, trying to get a second shot for their teams. But agree, they settled both those possessions, settling for threes there. Gordo on one end and Carojo on the other. Both teams shot it poorly from three in the fourth quarter, so you gotta recognize your trends and try and get better shots.
We've seen something different here. Like they're just settling because they gotta get the shot off. Because don't disrespect the Carojo, he only shoots it at 18% on the season. At limited shot attempts.
Some players recognize their strengths and others don't, right?
Haidara attacks the rim, and that's one of his strengths. He's been outstanding since, getting his mental game together, believing in his talent, believing in his teammates. As he struggled a little bit, you could see it reflected on his body language and his face in the early part of this game. But he has come on as of late for Uqam.
I don't think there's a better player in this tournament in transition than Haidara. He is absolutely electric in transition. Just gets up and down the floor lightning fast.
Well, the numbers don't lie, right? We talk about basketball in any sport. Numbers don't lie. He's got 27 points on 10 of 14 shooting and 5 rebounds. It's just effortless. Effortless, for sure. Here's Stewart.
And Haidara definitely recognizes his strengths and weaknesses, taking advantage of that full display in this game.
Alexander tries to split the D, and it's deflected out of bounds.
And that was another phenomenal defensive play by McFadden Jean. Got a hand on the ball and looked like it went off the offensive player. So if we had review, this would be a great opportunity for review. But another high-level defensive play by McFadden Jean.
Mike Rainbow looking on intently. And that shot clock at 0, so we'll have to either reset this or stay at 0. Going to be catch-and-shoot situation. Tenths of a second on there. Not time for anything. Alexander gets it off, though.
Smart
that almost
play.
fell.
Very smart play.
My goodness, Alexander knew there was tenths of seconds left in that shot clock. He had a one-handed flip, didn't fall. Haidara, gotta go though.
Oh yeah, he's got it going now.
Leads up to 3. Here's Moranin. Stewart for the tie. That's way off. Not sure if that's a shot that the Westmen wanted. Kind of rushed that attempt was Donald Stewart. Bad John.
Got to go back to Haidara here. Try and get him going to the basket.
Carojo. Batted around. Lafourier trying to keep it alive. And our next telecast coming up, approximately 2:30. The University of Prince Edward Island Panthers taking on Queen's University Gales here on CBC Sports. Barn burner indeed. We'll have 4 barn burners. I'm calling it right now.
Oh yeah.
I'm calling it right now.
Great start to the day here. Nice pass by Corojo.
Laforia gets his own rebound. Powers up. A 5-0 run in the overtime. Here for Uqam. Moranin answers. Drops the 3 ball. 2-point game. Sean Moranin keeping the Westmen within striking distance. Seville.
Nice pass. Let's see the finish, big man.
McAuliffe with the disruption here, altered the shot. Might have got a block. Nonetheless, an opportunity here to tie it up or take the lead. Moranin feeling it. Moranin now! Moranin ties it up at 77. You gotta be kidding me, Sean Moranin. Putting the man on skates and finishing with the left hand.
Beautiful finish there.
Fourier can't handle the pocket pass. Here's Sean Moranin on the run out. Luke lays it up and in, and just like that, the Westmen with their own 4-0 run take the lead, and Mario Joseph has to call timeout.
Yeah, and that's a play. Let's take a look at this last play here from the Westmen. Sean Moranin, great drop-off pass, extra pass, great finish. They've moved the ball extremely well in this game. Very nice finish there by Winnipeg.
How special is Sean Moranin? 19 points, 7 of 16 from the floor, 3 rebounds and 5 dimes, 2 of 7 from downtown. We wanted to see that yesterday. We just wanted to really see that yesterday. Didn't get it because of the defense of the GGs. They just knew that. They did the scouting report, played their game, and they knew they had to stop Sean Moranin to be successful.
Yeah, Ottawa knew that Sean Moranin is the engine that drives the Winnipeg offense and took him completely out of the game yesterday. Today, Sean Moranin is showing why he's a Canada West All-Star. He's been fantastic.
This junior from Winnipeg, 5'8", has no fear. He takes it inside amongst the trees and finishes. Sees and recognizes the mismatch, and he was dynamite on that take to the rim.
Huge possession here by Uqam. They want to get a good shot, tie it back up.
So Seville, he'll bring it over the timeline. Under 2 minutes to go here in overtime. Hirojo drops it off to Haydara. Haydara spins, and he'll bank it in.
Love it, love it.
Outstanding half-court offense out of the timeout by Mario Joseph.
Great set play there by Mario Joseph, getting your best player touching the paint.
McAuliffe driving, ripped away by McFadden John. Seville drops it off to Corojo. Corojo, and he'll pull it out. Westman playing man-to-man now. Haydara. McFadden John chased off the three-point line. Lafourier's got to hurry. Bobbled it. Stolen by McAuliffe. Moranin now. He'll pull it out, looking for a screen. Moranin turns the corner. Moranin can't get it, the ball off the glass, and it looked like it was off the foot of Alexander, and it will stay with the Westmen.
And that's a play where McAuliffe won't get credit for an offensive rebound, but that was a phenomenal effort play for him to try and get a second touch.
Let's take a look, really.
Take a look at this last play here. Sean Moranin coming off the ball screen, keeping the defender on his back, and look at the effort by McAuliffe. Off Uqam, and that was all effort by McAuliffe.
21.1 remaining in overtime. 14 on the shot clock for the Westmen. Important sequence here for both of these teams. Here's Moranin waving away Alexander. Turns the corner. Moranin. Gordo's got to get busy.
Charge. McFadden Jean. Defense from McFadden Jean.
Seems to be at the right spot at the right time on the defensive end for Uqam.
He is an absolute factor on the defensive end. Let's take a look at the replay here. Huge possession for both teams. Gordo shot fake, leaves his feet. McFadden-Jean is there, takes it on the numbers. Fantastic play by Jean, who's been dynamic defensively all day.
He saw that right away. He dismissed whoever he was guarding and got on the help line, beyond the help line. So Uqam once again with an opportunity to win it. Haydara on the drive. Haydara can't finish again, and we are headed to double overtime. 79 tied up the Westman Uqam.
What a game.
Haydara making his way towards the Uqam bench. He had 2 opportunities in this game to end it. Let's take a look.
Yeah, let's take a look at this play. Haydara driving to his right hand. This is where he is dynamic and electric. Had a shot, but very good defense there by Winnipeg. And look at the frustration. He wants it bad. He wants it bad, and you can see it in the fight.
We're back after these messages. Stay with us. You're watching U Sports on CBC.
They don't do it for the likes or for the shares. They do it for the fun of it, for the thrill, for the camaraderie, for the memories. CBC Sports, just because they love it.
Welcome back to Halifax. Tied up at 79, Westman and Uqam. Double OT alongside Nate Philippe, Vince Williams on hand. And this one going into double OT.
What a game.
None of these teams want to lose this game. They both are leaving it on the floor right now. 2 opportunities for Uqam at the end of overtime and regulation. Our next game, approximately 2:45. The University of Prince Edward Island Panthers will take on Queen's University Gales. We will get there some way, somehow. This will end with a winner. We don't know which team will get it done, but there will be a winner in the end.
What a game.
As Uqam will start with possession in double OT. Haydara, 2 opportunities to win it at the buzzer. Garojo, the foyer. Garojo gets inside.
Nice pass.
McFadden-Jean for 3. That scrapes the front of the rim. A good look, just couldn't get it up and over the rim. That's McFadden-Jean. Here's Sean Moranin. Moranin will facilitate. Flips it inside. That's knocked away by LaFourier. Gordo chases it down. That mid-range jumper will rim out. It's Garojo on the run out. Garojo attacking. And they'll pull it out. Haydara. Seville for 3. Yes!
Boom!
Kevin Seville just waiting in the weeds. Knocks down the 3-pointer.
Big-time players make big-time plays. That's a big-time shot by Kevin Seville.
Here's Moranin. Gordo off the curl. Forces it inside. That's off the foot by LaFourier, though.
Let's take another look at that shot by Kevin Seville, who was electric yesterday against Carleton. Haydara coming off the high ball screen. Draws 2 defenders. Drop off to Kevin Seville, who is a champion. Big-time shot.
He was just waiting there as it looked like Luke was in between what he wanted to do. Either help on the drive or stay with Seville. That's his second 3 of the game. 4 for 12 from the floor, 10 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. McCallum, steal. Great hands in the passing lane. Seville gets downhill. Carojo splits the D, lays it up and in. A little more like it from Eli Carojo. Alexander bangs his way inside, gets McFadden-Jean.
Great defense again by McFadden-Jean. And I think Winnipeg is looking at this as a mismatch, but McFadden-Jean is doing a phenomenal job on Alexander, the bigger man.
So Donald Stewart will check in for the Westmen. 5-point game, 5-0 run by Uqam to start this second overtime. Haydara, clear out. He'll try to go one-on-one with Luke. Carojo, gotta get busy. Too much dribble by Carojo, and he'll turn it over.
Way too much dribbling there, give it up.
Moranin, three-pointer. That'll rim out. Last touch by LaFourier, couldn't handle the rebound, and it will stay with the Westmen.
And that's another effort offensive rebound there by Ryan Luke. Winnipeg's been doing a great job of that, getting a second shot.
18 offensive rebounds. And Gordo hits the three-pointer.
And that just shows the value of offensive rebounding there, right? Get your team an extra shot, high quality possession, open three, bang.
Lead down to 2. Haydara, Seville trying to match. Didn't get the shooter's roll on this one. Chance now for the Westmen to tie it or take the lead. Moranin, tough screen there on McFadden-Jean. Gordo for the lead. Throws up the air ball, and Alexander can't chase it down on the end line.
If you love defense, you love watching McFadden-Jean. I mean, my gosh, was he an incredible defender. Wow. He is a nightmare for opposing offensive players. He has been electric on the defensive end. Number 24.
Will come in. You've been saying it all game, and we've been saying it all tournament.
2 minutes.
This guy, like you said, really gets it done on the defensive end and then rewards himself on the offensive end as well. Because they really don't run anything for him.
No, he's fun to watch. He's a coach's dream. You know, you have a schoolyard pick. That's a guy that you're going to pick on your team every single day of the week.
Well, you need one. You need those guys. You need those glue guys, those grit guys, those high compete level guys on the floor. Not everybody can be scorers.
Know your role, and he knows his role well.
Here's Moranin trying to tie it up or take the lead. Gordo for the lead. Gets his own rebound. Quick ball movement. Alexander, three-pointer on the way. And that's 3 straight threes for the Westmen. They are settling now for that 3-ball. Haydara. Seville gets inside. Flips it up. Yes! Kevin Seville in double overtime's got 5 points, and they needed him to come alive. Nice backdoor
breakdown.
Throws it down with 2 hands as Ryan Luke.
Breakdown by LaFourier there.
Didn't want to leave it for chance. Throws it down. Back to a 2-point game. Under a minute to go in double OT. Carojo pulls it out.
Too much dribbling.
5 on the shot clock. Carojo banks it.
Wow.
Looked like it was coming undone. He said he had too much dribble. He says, I'm not listening to Nate, and I'm finishing.
That was a big-time finish. Wow, he just willed that in. Let's take a look at that replay. Grown man finish here, just willed it in. Winners make winning plays. Too much dribbling, finds a way around the back against 2 defenders, just powered and willed that in. Great finish there by Eli Carojo.
And you only do that if you got the green light from your head coach. And I do believe that Mario Joseph says, hey, if you can create off the bounce and you can win at the rim, go ahead, young man.
Absolutely.
Here's Gordo.
Created something out of nothing there.
Ryan Luke, fadeaway jumper. Tough shot forced by Haidara. LaFourier will rip it down. Not in any hurries. Uqam as Seville is fouled. And the Westmen are over the limit. And Kevin will shoot a pair here with 18 remaining in double OT.
And you can see the exhaustion on the Uqam side. You know, these guys, both teams, you know, battled to the finish yesterday. And you can see the fatigue here, double overtime, and both teams giving it every single thing they've got. And Kevin Seville was quiet throughout this game, but you see who rose to the challenge in the late fourth quarter and overtime, both overtimes. Kevin Seville has been a winner everywhere he's been, and he's finding a way to will his team to a win here.
7 points in double overtime. Big buckets by Seville. Moranin on the drive. He's fouled by Seville, and Sean will shoot two. We're 13.3. Still not over here. It's a 6-point game. But they got to get a steal on the inbound, but Moran's got to knock down 2 free throws first.
And Kevin Seville doesn't like the call, but it's because he wasn't vertical on that play. If it kept his arms completely vertical straight up, it wouldn't have been a foul, but it's the lean on the arms.
Right call indeed.
Absolutely.
So Moranin will shoot the first. Giving instructions as a leader out there, floor general, to Alexander, saying, I'll make this, and then we got a foul right away if you can't get the steal. Misses it though. Uncharacteristic by Moranin. Run out. McFadden John runs away from Bordeaux. Seville. He'll hold it and he'll dribble it out. So Uqam able to rebound. They'll win it in double OT, 90-85.
Great game by both teams. Battle to the finish, double overtime. And this was a game of a showcase of why you do a consolation bracket. You know, it's unique here in Canada. In the NCAA tournament, you lose and you're out. You know, here we have a consolation bracket, and we saw how much the consolation bracket and these games mean to these teams. This was an absolute classic.
So Uqam, they get it done in double OT, outscored the Westmen 11-6. Kevin Seville took hold of that second double OT and decided, okay, I need to be a leader. I need to step up in the big moment. And he had 7 big ones to lead the way for Uqam.
This was a fun game to watch. Both teams showed a ton of heart. You know, and we saw why they made it to the Nationals and why they're 2 of the top teams in Canada. Both teams represented their conferences and their teams extremely well. Fantastic game.
Haidara led the way with 31 points, 12 of 17 from the floor, 5 rebounds, definitely the Nike player of the game. If I was the pick for the Westmen, I gotta go with Sean Moran.
No doubt about it. He was a maestro orchestrating the show today, showed why he's an all-conference player and one of the top players in Canada West and in the country. He was fantastic to watch today.
Just before he was announced the Nike player of the game, his head coach, Mike Rainbow, shook his hand and said, kid, you had an outstanding game. You are showing growth going into your senior year.
And we saw 2 high-level guards so far in this tournament from the Canada West, Diego Mafia and Sean Moranin. Dynamic, crafty, skilled. He showed it all today.
They just played beautiful basketball. Beautiful basketball. I can't even come up with another adjective to explain it. But
Haidara.
He played well too.
Wow. Let's take a look at Bahid Haidara today. He showed the full repertoire of why he was a high major recruit coming out of CEGEP and why he's one of the top players in the RCQ and in Canada. Absolutely electric in transition. Long, athletic, skilled, dynamic, tough. He showed the whole bag today. Grown man finished there, finishing through contact. You know, gets up and down the floor like a Ferrari on the Autobahn in fractions of a second. Big time shot, follow through. He was amazing today.
And we'll talk to
Haidara qui a connu absolument un match incroyable pour les Citadins. Premièrement, qu'est-ce qui s'est passé entre le 3e et le 4e quart chez votre équipe? L'équipe qui s'est complètement réveillée pour la fin du match.
Je pense qu'après la défaite d'hier, on était un peu déçus. Donc, on a pris du temps à se réveiller pour ce match-là. Mais à la fin de la journée, on voulait still gagner au moins un match aux nationaux. Donc, on a fight tout ce qu'on avait et puis on a fini avec la victoire.
Et parle-moi un peu de ta performance quand même. Tu as été chercher 31 points dans un match important. Qu'est-ce qui se passait un peu dans ta tête au courant de ce match?
Je voulais juste pas perdre. Je voulais absolument pas perdre. Faire le trip ici jusqu'à Halifax, je voulais juste au moins gagner au moins un match et vivre l'expérience complète des nationaux.
Et qu'est-ce que ça veut dire pour l'équipe d'avoir réussi à combattre jusqu'en deuxième période de prolongation et aller chercher la victoire?
Je pense que ça en dit long sur notre équipe. Toute l'année, on a dû jouer des games qui étaient un peu toutes proches. On a gagné des games par buzzer beater, des games à un lay-up. Donc on était prêts pour ça. Donc ça en dit long sur notre équipe. On est des combattants. Donc on a combattu jusqu'à la fin.
Eddie Dara, il a été absolument sensationnel. Merci beaucoup et bonne chance.
Merci beaucoup.
Hey Dara, outstanding game for him, Nate. Quick thoughts before we get out of here.
Yeah, he talked about how important it was to win at least one game at Nationals, and he showed how much he wanted to win today. You know, Hidara was incredible. Uqam fought in that fourth quarter. He talked about, you know, being asleep the first half of that game, and they showed it. But both teams wanted this game badly, and what a phenomenal game today.
5-point win in double OT for Uqam. That'll wrap it up for game number 1 on the consolation round. So, for the hard-working people behind the scenes providing all the pictures and sounds here at the Scotiabank Center, our next telecast, approximately 10-3, it will be the UPEI Panthers and the Queens Gales. So, for Nate Philippe, I'm Vince Williams saying thank you for watching the 2023 U Sports Final 8 Men's Basketball Championship on CBC Sports. So long from Halifax.
U-Sports on CBC, les championnats U-Sport. Brought to you in part by, vous êtes présenté par Nike Team Just Do It. Faites-le. Barron, exclusive supplier of U-Sports Championship rings. Le fournisseur exclusif des bagues de championnat U-Sport. Fox 40 celebrating a decade of the Fox 40 U-Sports Coach of the Year program. Fier partenaire des prix de l'entraîneur de l'année U-Sport depuis 10 ans. By Veriburn, proud medical supplier to university sports since 1979. Fier partenaire du sport universitaire depuis 1979. The Government of Canada. Le gouvernement du Canada.